This time at the Quick Speed Shop, we're playing with headers. So while I was working on the rear end, I also dug out my headers that I ran on this, and I just want to get some ideas because with the rear end set up, I want to run the exhaust under the truck and poke out by the rear tire somewhere. They're a Speedway item I bought. They fit a 35 to 40 Ford if you're putting a small block Chevy in it, and they're fender well exit headers where the tire would be here on your small block Chevy, would sit here in the Ford and the tire would be here, and then the sheet metal on the 35 to 40 Ford, the fender comes down here, so these would exit, and like you could have your exhaust under the running boards on the outside of the frame. And at the time I thought they were cool as they stuck out, and they're fairly inexpensive even with the coating on them. So I bought them here, and what I had was a muffler. I made a stainless steel exhaust system that bolted on here and it went straight back with tuner mufflers on it, stainless steel tuner mufflers that were basically just big glass packs. Then they stopped right in front of the rear wheels, but the cab is tapered, so I had this huge exhaust hanging out, and then it went and tapered back in parallel to the cab, so the exhaust came way out, then like sucked back in. And I think it looks kind of goofy now, and I never liked this big spot between the tire and the exhaust. It seems like these, you want like roadster style headers where they came out more flowing and to fill up this void. And when I had the suicide front end, it was even worse because the tires are like 7 inches even farther ahead. So I just slapped these on. What I wanted to do, I thought maybe I could run them and then have these blocked off and then put a pipe in here and come under the frame and run my turbo or my glass pack muffler underneath the chassis. I got looking at it and it's not really going to work. It really needs like 6 inches taken out of this and have this sucked back up in tight to the frame, number one. Number two, if I don't have enough clearance between the wishbone mount here, I could probably only put like 1.25 inch pipe through there. If I cut a hole in here and welded the pipe, they come around and bring the exhaust into the frame. So the other option would be to come out of here with a pipe and wrap around. So just kind of eyeballing with this pipe here, I could do something like that. Just kind of like wrap up under the truck with more of a 90-degree bend. How did I have it? Something like this. Like I could come wrap back up under the truck and then run the exhaust on the truck. But then you're bringing the exhaust way out and going way back in, and I think that all looks goofy. I don't want to do that. So I think these guys are out. Then I just had these other cheapy headers out here. They're for car application, Nova, Camaro or something. I don't know. I'm guessing that's what they are. They're cheapy, probably 1.5 inches, looks like primary tubes. And so I slapped them on here just to see what's going on. But they fit inside the frame, but they hang down way too low down here. The dump is only, I don't know, not even a fist height off the ground. So that's way too low, especially being this behind the axle. I would drag this exhaust. And it would be easy to connect to come up in here and bend the pipe up to hit the muffler. But I don't want them hanging anywhere near that low. I like to keep them up level with the bottom of the engine at least. So I just tried these as an option. They're not going to work. Alright, so on this side, I've got a block hugger header mounted up here. And it comes with a little head pipe. And I just hung the glass pack on it here, if you can see this down here. Oh, yeah. So I just hung that on there to get an idea how this would fit. Here's my slave cylinder for my clutch. The block hugger headers fit, and I think it would clear the steering box. It's going to be mounted up here by the engine mount. I think it would clear the steering gear, which would come through at an angle about here, and it should clear this header. I mean, these headers are alright. They're, street rod style block hugger headers. The flange is like a modern style flange. They're not. This truck's going to end up looking kind of 60-ish when I put it back together, 60s vibe. And these would be, these are 60s style Cal Custom valve covers. These will be a little bit modern for the engine. I'd rather have some kind of older style like roadster header hanging out the side. Something that even if I got bare steel headers, I could paint them white. That'd be like a 60s deal. I think these would work, and I think I can make the exhaust work pretty easy. I just don't know if I want to run these, or they're not much improvement over a stock ram's horn exhaust manifold. And if I was going to go through this where I would duck it down onto the truck, I might just run ram's horn manifolds on here to give it more like a factory look, I guess. But I like the idea of headers just because there's no hood sides, the engine's open, it gives a little bit of flash. Alright, I've jumped ahead in time a little bit. I went on eBay and I ordered some Lake style headers. I was going to build my own. I was going to buy a Speedway Motors kit. They have assemble your own headers. It's like 160 bucks, something like that. And then they have pre-made Laker style headers, which are anywhere from $400 to $700 with coatings and all that. So I was just looking around on eBay and I happened to find a set of stainless steel Laker headers, brand new. Somebody's repopped them offshore now. I'm sure they're made offshore, but $111 for stainless steel headers. So I had to, the difference between like $600 and $100. I had to take the chance and try the cheapy offshore deals. So I got them here. Let's open up and we'll check them out. A spoiler alert, I already opened these and checked them out before, but here they are. Stainless steel Laker headers. They're all TIG welded together. It's got a welded seam on the bottom of the pipe, which is fine, but if you can see right here, here's a problem. They came damaged in the box, and the rest of the quality is good. I mean, there's a couple scratches in them. The TIG welds are alright for a $100 pair of headers. I mean, they're stainless. I checked, this is probably 304 or something stainless. There's no magnetic pickup to it at all. I've got a little magnet here. There's no magnetic here. There's some magnet here in the flanges. So these are a little bit cheaper quality stainless here, but probably 304 or something stainless here. But here they are. Here's the problem. When they ship them to you, they're just wrapped in these plastic bags, and the headers are in here, and all the turn downs and all the bolts and all that crap is just bouncing around loose in the box. You can see here a bunch of punch marks in the box, and these are face down, so the damage was on the bottom of both headers. This one's got a couple of dents in it here, and a dent over here, and some scratches on the outside of it. A couple of dents up here by this pipe. So I know for $100 I can't really complain, but it seems like if you're going to sell something and ship it, even if it's $100, you might want to spend a little time wrapping it in foam or boxing it up a little better, because if I was building a nice car and I bought these and they're all smashed up, I'd want to send them back. Here is the kit. Two headers here out of the box, and then got the block off plates, which are also not fully stainless, or a cheaper grade of stainless. Magnet sticks to those. Those are the block off plates. Got some metal gaskets for the plates and all that. The hardware is just plain steel hardware, not coated. I've got stainless bolts I'm going to assemble these with, but the hardware is pretty cheap. And then you got the double turn downs here, also just wrapped in plastic. These are for your downpipe bolt on here, and it's the downpipe to hook the exhaust up under the vehicle. So all in all, for $100, I'm happy with the quality of the product I got for the cost. Just be warned, if you buy these cheapy headers, that's what happens. They're going to show up dented up because all the stuff rattles around in the box. But let's go over and we'll stick them on the engine and see how it looks. All right, here we go. Let's hold them up and see how they look. Bam, look at that. Stainless steel Laker header. I've always wanted these style of headers. Even when I built this truck originally, I wanted these style of headers, and they're never available. You know, they're always horrendously expensive, and I never wanted to build my own because it's a lot of work to build these and fixture them up and have them come out nice, but I was going to do it. Then, like I said, I happened to find these on eBay for the price. I had to try them, and hopefully they'll work out alright. So bam, look at that. That's awesome. I got the turn down here, which bolts on here, and I can fab the exhaust up like I wanted to. I'll come down here, go in behind the wishbone mount, and tuck up under the frame here. I'm glad I got to the bottom of my header saga. The next step is going to be welding up the exhaust system. I got some miscellaneous pipe bends and all that. So I'm going to get that in here and try to snake it under the frame and get the exhaust system going. So, as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm going to put a circle bink over there on the other side of the chassis. Go ahead and hit that. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So come by and like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you again at the Quick Speed Shop.